Hey guys, what's going on? SpitBrix here, back for their LEGO Ninjago video, and in front of you right now, you are looking at both of the different Ultra Dragons that LEGO has put out. The first one over on the left from the Epic Dragon Battles from 2012, and the brand new one for Ninjago Legacy on the right from the Ultra Dragon set. In this video, we're going to be comparing and contrasting these two dragons, what's similar, what's unique, and what you can notice from their brick-built form. If you go on to enjoy this video, be sure to leave a like rating down below and comment which one of these Ultra Dragons is your favorite. We'll start off with just the overall appearance of these dragons and the size. Despite the original Ultra Dragon coming in a larger set, it's actually composed of a slightly less amount of pieces. This is due to the fact that the Epic Dragon Battle set also came with the Great Devourer as well as a prison that the Serpentine were holding Wu in, and so not all the pieces of the set went into the dragon. If I were to make a quick estimate, I'd estimate around a 200 piece difference between these two dragons. Granted, a lot of those pieces were used for the dragon heads on the new version since they are brick built. There's a lot of small pieces there, but you'll also notice some differences as we look at the build of the legs on these figures and the back of the dragon. In order to fully compare these dragons, we need to look at a number of things. First off, we'll check out the heads and the cockpit builds of these dragons and how they differ. We'll also check out the wings as well as the legs and tail portion, basically the back portion of the dragon build. Not to mention the different playability features between them, such as the stud shooters for the new one instead of launching the balls out of the dragon mouths from the original one. To start off with the heads, the original Ultra Dragon build had molded dragon heads. This was really before the time LEGO decided to start building them out of LEGO bricks, and so we got to have 4 different molded heads. These large pieces, although they looked really cool, they also hiked up the price of the set, since the set was $120 for around 900 pieces, when in comparison the new Ultra Dragon set is 950 pieces and it's around an $85 price point. When we first saw pictures of this new Ultra Dragon, I thought that I was going to definitely prefer the old one better, but as I was building this set and seeing the final result, I'm actually very pleased at how the dragon heads look. The build of them are very nice, they have a lot of details, and they still keep a lot of attributes to the individual dragon. They don't all just look the same, they all have different features that make them unique, such as the sort of ice spikes that are sticking out of Shard and the lightning bolts out of Wisp. These new dragon head builds have stud shooters on either side of all of them. They all have different color schemes for their mouths there. And in case you're wondering about the small art designs on the very top, those are stickers that you put onto the pieces. They're not printed. I feel like where the ninja sits to ride this dragon, the cockpit, is more complete on this new version. It features a lot of gold on this dragon compared to the old one, but I kind of like it. I think it came out pretty nice. And now Lloyd can finally sit down and take a break while riding the Ultra Dragon instead of needing to constantly be standing up from the old version. Moving on to the wings, it's a very apparent difference here. Instead of brick built, we have sort of a thin plastic wing, the same plastic that we got for the Dragon Master sets, that little very thin, very flexible plastic feel that you can actually string in between the little bolts on the wings. In my opinion, this is where the old design stands out the most. I really like the design of the wings for this original version compared to the new one. I don't know, I've never been a big fan of the sort of felted wings, or in this case, thin plastic wings, as opposed to brick built. And just in general, even if that was put aside, I just like the design of the old one better. It looks more complete, they're larger wings, and whenever the dragon sits down and the wings fold back, it looks more complete, as opposed to the plastic pieces we get now for this new version. I'm not saying it doesn't look nice, but it just can't compare to the older version. You may notice that the new version appears to build up its body or framework more of the actual build as opposed to the old one where it focused more on the design of the wings. And that was mostly because the wings on the old one was able to cover up some of that internal workings of the dragon, while with the new wings they really needed to build up the legs and the sort of lower torso build of this dragon. And so with that, we do get more of a complete build, but as we move on to the tail, you'll notice that this is really where they are very similar. Really, the only differences between these, other than a few different pieces, is the fact that the new one has the feature kind of like Cole's original Earth Dragon, where you can flip the tail back and forth, and it is slightly longer than the older version's tail. Both of the models use those transparent green pieces as well as a very large black one at the very end. In general, it's very easy to see that both of these dragons were modeled after the same character from the episodes, but they both have their own unique spins based on what was popular and what LEGO was using, what type of techniques they were using at the time. Now, here's something that I found really interesting. You guys may have seen this on my Instagram story a couple days ago if you guys follow me at SpitBrix on there. And what I want to say is that the new version is actually more correct to the TV show than the original one, which usually isn't the case, but in this case it definitely is. You guys may notice that the order of these heads for the dragons aren't the same. And what's really interesting is that on the original version back from 2012, actually, we have the fire dragon and the ice dragon, which is flame and shard. They were flipped. And so actually the original dragon kind of was inaccurate. And this new version has fixed it, and now we do have flame on the very outside and shard just inside from there. I just found that pretty interesting and wanted to quickly share that with you guys before we wrap up today's video. And with saying that, that is going to do it here. I hope you guys did enjoy this comparison. Let me know if you guys want to see a video on this on any of the other Legacy sets. And if you guys do, be sure to drop a comment of which Legacy set you guys want to see a comparison with next. I have all the original sets pretty much, and so I think we could make any of them really work. But anyways, that's going to wrap it up for today. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Check out some other videos on screen right now. Go ahead and click one of those. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next video coming very soon.